What's up, guys? So, today we're going to be talking a little bit about the camera setup that I use. I get a bunch of questions about the cameras and stuff that I use, these action cameras, how I set them up and that kind of thing, the body cam that I wear. So today I'm going to go over some of the cameras and stuff I use, how I set them up, and stuff like that. So probably going to go over some other questions and stuff that I have, like in comments and stuff that I don't really ever have time to reply to all of them. So I'm going to go through some of the ones that I've gotten recently that I haven't had a chance to reply to and answer those at the end of this as well. But getting into the filming setup, this is the camera case that I have. It's just a Harbor Freight box that you can cut out the little the foam and stuff. So I use, this is my body cam that I normally use. It is a Insta360 Ace Pro 2, which I have like a whole fleet of those. I have, I think, 4 different Ace Pro 2s that I normally use. There's this one that you're watching on right now. The body cam, one that I stick in the front on the dash, one looking back, back the truck. I've got the 4 of those that I normally, anytime I'm doing something, I normally have those running. There's the Insta360 X5, which is the 360 camera. This is the latest one that they have. That's the newest model of the 360 cameras. Obviously the mic that's on my hat normally goes in this spot here. This is a remote for the camera that I normally put on the back of the truck, so that way I can start and stop the recording from inside the truck. I don't have to like climb up on the back of the truck, press the record button, or have it recording before I get to an accident scene, because I don't always have time to stop and do that kind of stuff. If I'm doing off-road recoveries, a lot of times I'll just jump up on the back of the Jeep when I grab a rope or something and turn it on, but when I'm in the wreckers, it's a lot harder to do that, especially when I'm en route to a call or something. Obviously, there's a big hole there because my the camera that I normally keep on, I have like this, it's called a multi-mount. It's a Insta360 sells it, and it's basically like a tripod, selfie stick kind of a thing, all in one. It's just kind of a all-in-one thing. I think it's really cool. You can like hang it on stuff. I'll show you that in a minute. But that's kind of the recording setup that I have. I've got a couple other cameras under here, which is like the Insta360 Go Ultra, which is a really tiny action camera. A lot of times I'll use that if I'm don't want to have just a giant camera on my chest. If I'm moving around more or something, I'll use that more. It's just a little bit more limited on storage space, which that one's actually not. That one has expandable memory, but that one it's a lot more limited on the filming time because it doesn't have a battery that you can change like the Go Ultras or any of the GoPros or anything like that. I personally have switched to Insta360. When I first started my channel, I had a whole fleet of GoPros that I had acquired. Originally started filming on a Hero 5 Session, which is the little bitty tiny action camera. I originally started on that on my hat. I used that camera to get monetized. Eventually switched to the other GoPros. I had I think the 11s, the 12s, and the 13s at some point. Had the GoPro Max, the 360 cameras. My big pet peeve with the GoPros was that the low light filming just wasn't really that good. It was the night videos really sucked, and unfortunately, part of my job is working 24/7. I don't always have the ability to be able to just pick and choose calls at night or day or whatever, you know, I'm on call 24/7. It's kind of how it is. So if I go get a call at night, I need a camera that can do good recording at night. So I did research between DJI, GoPro, Insta360, compared them all, looked at what I wanted, what I needed it to do, and I felt Insta360 was the route for me. Around that same time, I was also switching from editing on an iPad Pro to getting a MacBook. And I needed something that was Mac friendly. GoPro, not Mac friendly. So I switched to Insta360 because they had Mac support. I don't feel Insta360s are as user friendly when it comes to their apps and the storage and all that kind of stuff. That part kind of sucks. Like my GoPros, I didn't have to have the remotes and stuff like that. I could control all my cameras from one app, and you can't really, there's not really any multi-camera functions on the Insta360 app. So that part kind of sucks, because like I said, I normally film with like 4 different cameras. So in my big wrecker, I have one camera that I set here, looking into the cab like that. That's one angle that you always see. I've got another mount back here on the back window, looking forward, kind of out like that, that films out the front of the truck on both my big wrecker and my little wrecker. The camera setups are pretty much the same. I've got one camera mount, I don't know how well you can see it on this, up under the headache rack there. There's also one right there on the little wrecker. The little wrecker, I have a camera mount over on that side and right there on the back window. So that's kind of how that is on the Jeep. I've got a camera mount there on the back window that looks back for when I'm doing recoveries. I have camera mount here for looking into the cab. Currently, the other camera mount is up here looking forward. I don't really like the placement of that, and I want to change. I just haven't quite came up with a good way of doing that, because the only place I could really put it would be back here, and I haven't quite came up with a good solution for that, because that light's in the way, and don't really want to put it on the roof like offset or anything, because it's going to get in the way of operating the light, or it's going to be offset, or can't really put it on the top because the top comes off. And although I very rarely ever take the top off of this Jeep, if I wanted to, I don't want to take my camera mount with it. So that is kind of how I set the cameras up. So kind of going back to the how I set the cameras up, I'm gonna show y'all how I normally do the body mount, which I'm now going to set y'all down on this tripod. This is the body mount camera that I normally use. I get a lot of questions about how I mount the camera on me. So what I've found, I've had a bunch of different kinds of mounts and stuff over the years. This is what I'm currently using. It is basically a necklace magnet. It's got like the strap goes around your neck, and then I stick this under my shirt, which I'll show you. It's literally just kind of like an adjustable necklace. I normally just kind of set it something about like that, and then this part the camera magnetizes to, but I'll stick that under my shirt like that, and then the camera just magnetizes to it. And then as I move, the camera kind of moves, but it's like attached to my shirt. So if I lean over, it still points at the ground kind of where I'm going, or I can get it and I can move it, you know? And like if I'm laying under a car, I can like point it where I'm looking instead of just it being awkwardly pointed at the ground. So this is the current body cam kind of mount that I use. I just got these off of Amazon. It's nothing really special. So yeah, this is the body mount that I normally use and how I normally use it. So the other camera that I normally use, if I'm just doing something like kind of quick and I don't want this huge camera on my chest, so I have the Insta360 Go Ultra. This is their newest Go camera. They have the Go 3S, some other versions like that were the camera itself was like half the size. How this works is it looks like a normal Insta360 camera. It's about the same size as the normal Ace Pro 2, roughly same size and everything. The cool thing about the Go Ultra is it pops out of the action pod. This is what they call this, the action pod. This basically becomes a remote, and this is the camera. Doesn't have any screens or anything on it, but this also has like a magnetic necklace, and it magnetizes to you like that. The new Go Ultras, you can actually change the memory on these. So like this one, I have, I think the like a 256 gig card, which is way more than you'll ever need. It's like 10 hours of storage time on this, which never will probably ever need that much storage, but I have it if I need it. The older ones, like the Go 3S, you couldn't do that. I think it was 128 gigs, which is enough for most of your like normal vlogging and stuff like that, but you can fill it up pretty quick. This part of the action pod here is actually the battery pack. So anytime you're not using it, it just snaps in there and it's charging now. So that's kind of the cool thing, is you can have this, I can leave this in the action pod in the truck, be wearing this and have this fully charging all the time, get back in the truck, it's charging, I get out, I go to my drop-off location or whatever, my camera's now charging. So this is also a remote. I can, if I want to stick, you actually see this on like Santo a lot, they'll stick the camera on the back of their trucks, and then this is their remote. They'll start and stop recording like that. So that's another cool camera that I use from time to time. If any of these cameras or any of the accessories and stuff that you see and you want to use, I have an affiliate link for Insta360. I will drop that in the comments and the description below for anybody that wants to get him a camera. I believe you can get a discount. I get a kickback from it too if you use my link. So I will put that in the comments and the description. That way y'all can get some Insta360 cameras if y'all want as well. Now I will show y'all the multi-mount. So this is my kind of selfie stick setup. You can have it set up on a tripod like this, or if you wanted to use it, you needed more height or whatever, this becomes like a tripod and that kind of thing. It also has this little tab right here. You can get it, and I don't know if this is going to work like that, but you can hang it on stuff like that. It'll like, that latch grabs like there, and then you can have it set like that, which right now I don't have these tightened up. But if I snug these down, then the camera will sit there like that. So then I'm filming over here, so you can kind of see how that is on that camera. So I use this mount a lot for vlogging and that kind of stuff. But yeah, so this is the multi-mount from Insta360. Alright, so that's kind of some of my recording setup that I've got. I'm going to go to the comments section here. I'm going to read some of the comments that I haven't responded to recently, and I feel bad. I try to engage as much as I can, but I stay pretty busy, and it's hard to sometimes just to sit down and just stop and reply to the hundreds and hundreds of comments I get every day across all of my videos. Because that's kind of the crazy part of, since I've been on YouTube for like 3 years now on this channel, and over the years I've posted over like 500 videos or something, I think now, maybe more than that, I don't even know, it's been a while since I've looked, but all of those videos are still up. Like, people are still watching all those videos. There's videos on here from years ago that people are still commenting on. So hundreds and hundreds of comments a day that I get, and it's hard for me to reply to all of them. So I'm just going to go through here and just read some random ones that I haven't responded to yet. A bunch of people saying thank you for for making the videos, and they're enjoying the content and stuff. Somebody on here commented about on the repo on like that 47-year-old truck that I repoed years ago. So I'm giving the repo guys credit. So there's a lot of stuff that we go through that doesn't have anything to do with us, and keep giving us a thumbs up. Appreciate that, because a lot of people get on those repo videos and are talking mess to us, about how we're taking people's cars and we're doing this wrong and that wrong and whatever, so that's kind of nice to see people that understand that a lot of times the stuff that we're dealing with doesn't have anything to do with us. It's, out of our hands. We're just doing our jobs. There is another comment on here asking where I got the backup camera for the truck, which, thinking about it, I don't think I ever posted a link to that in the other videos. For those that don't understand, they're talking about the backup cameras that I got for the big wrecker, which I have one here looking over the wheel lift. Obviously the wheel lift's in the way of it right now. And then I have another camera off the passenger side of the truck for when I'm backing something in, because with that passenger side mirror being further away, it's harder to see and have it angled where you need it whenever you're actually backing something in, especially if you're going into a tight driveway or something like that. I got it off of Amazon. I'm enjoying it so far. It is a wireless camera system, so the part that sucks is you have to keep the camera, or the cameras have to be charged up. The monitor is hardwired into the truck. That's nice. The cameras on the little wrecker, they're wired into the truck. They don't need to be charged at all. I do like that, but at the same time, I really hate wiring. So I went with wireless cameras this time. So far, not regretting it. The battery's lasting a good long while. Plus, they have the little solar panels on top, and they charge sunlight. Hoping those last. So I will try to remember to drop a link to that in the description of this video as well. Moving on to the next comment. Somebody commented, this is Linda Zeno, which is a follower of mine that I've seen commenting on my channel for basically since I started it. So shout out to you guys, of all the YouTube subscribers that have been watching me for years and years. Really appreciate it. Said, we want Stitch. Maybe it's just me, but that pup is adorable. She's talking about my little French bulldog. When I first started my channel, I used to carry Stitch around in the trucks with me, and it's been quite a few years since I've done that. I haven't really taken him with me much. I want to start bringing him along more. He is here in the house. Let me step inside and I'll show y'all Stitch. Here is Stitch. Stitch is doing good. Hey there, puppy. He's chilling. He's doing good. He's still being Stitch dog. He doesn't go to work with me as much as he used to. I plan on trying to bring him more now, especially now that I'm kind of doing my own thing. I kind of hard to carry a dog with you. Like when I used to work for other people, we were always in and out of chemical plants and places you can't have dogs and stuff, so it just kind of got kind of a hassle taking him with me every day. Plus, if I'm on a police rotation or something and I gotta get somewhere, I don't always have time to walk him or take him out or whatever. So to me, it didn't really seem fair to put him through all that. Plus, I gotta carry dog food and water and all that kind of stuff with me. So stopped like taking him with me all the time. So that's Stitch. Hopefully, I will be able to start bringing him along with me more. Somebody asked, have you done any heavier duty tows like single axle semis with your new truck? No, I have not. I have not had a chance to do anything other than like some single wheel 1-tons and stuff like that. It's about the heaviest thing I've done. Truck could handle it, but I haven't had a chance to do anything like that yet. So that's a few of the comments and stuff I have. I'll try to go through the comments more and reply to some of those. Leave me some more comments. I keep saying it, but I want to start doing some more live streams and stuff like that. Again, it's just hard to do that and work and everything because I answer the calls, and especially during the week. You know, it's just I'm basically wearing all the hats because I'm, you know, the owner of the company, don't have any other employees and stuff. Really kind of hard to do YouTube and run a company and everything all at the same time and try to do all the things that I want to do. So gonna go ahead in that here. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If y'all would, subscribe, like, and share. We'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching, guys.